Hey guys, just wanted to do a maintenance video on these FITPro dumbbells that I have. They're basically identical to Bowflex. I've had mine for a couple of years and used them daily. Used and abused them, and I love them. So no complaints from me. But I wanted to show you a little bit about how to maintain them if you do own a pair. They are a little bit finicky, and they do take a beating, but there's a couple of things that a lot of people have trouble with when they use them. So these are like fully adjustable dumbbells. They range from 5 pounds to 52.5 pounds each. And they only take up the space of one dumbbell. So I have a pair. I have mine mounted on a dumbbell stand that is not made for this application, but with you drill one hole and put a bolt in and it works just fine. So that's another video, but I use the Stairmaster dumbbell stand and I throw my dumbbells on top, and if anybody wants to know how to simply modify that to get your dumbbells on there, it's definitely a less expensive way to do it. It literally just takes one hole and one bolt and you're ready to go. So anyways, back to this video. So the way these work is you turn the dial on each end and you adjust your weight accordingly. So right now they're set at 5 pounds, which is basically the weight of this aperture without any weights on it. That's 5 pounds. And you can see that, again, for this video, the dial has a lot of these steel, or I think it's aluminum actually, fingers that when the dial turns, they hook into this little piece down here. And all that little piece does, it's a little finger down here, is it literally just catches on the base plate, which is this, when you're in between a dial number. So let's say you're between 5 and 52 on both ends. That dial in there will catch that little hook down there, and it will allow you to actually lift the entire weight and the base. Now over time these things can wear and get a little bit loose and become a bit of a pain in the ass, so that when you're trying to turn them, they catch and basically drive you crazy and make it very hard to adjust the weight, and that's just due to wear and maintenance. So if you don't need the base, if you don't need to lift the base as well as the weights together while you're holding on to the handle, like it only catches to allow you to lift the entire product while you're grabbing onto the handle. Otherwise you can just lift it with one hand or two hands and lift it right off the base plate. It's no big deal. If you have some sort of a stand, or if they're sitting on the floor, you really don't need the base plate. So what I'm going to show you how to do is basically just bypass that system, so that if you don't need the base plate, which most people don't need to lift the base plate by the handle, you can simply just hold it on both ends like that and lift it. If you're looking to do that, or just if your weights are getting sticky and you're having a hard time adjusting them, then this is what you do. So number one, we're going to just lift up and remove the main stem, and again you can see the little latches down here, right? You can see I drilled a hole in mine. They don't come with that. If you drill a simple hole all the way through, you can basically attach them to a different type of stand. But anyways, then you remove the weights. Boom, just like that. Turn the base upside down. You're going to notice three, I guess you'd call them feet, four feet that are on the bottom of the base. And they are usually rubber feet, and they just have simple screws on them to hold them in place. But not only do they hold them in place, they also hold the whole apparatus together. And all you need to do is just take those out. So I'm going to walk over here and just grab my handy dandy cordless. Boom, make sure we're going the right way. Yeah, there we go. And we'll just take these out. Super simple. There's one, two, three, four. So just remove those. This literally takes 5 minutes. It's such a help, especially if your weights. Sorry, the camera's running around here. Especially if your weights aren't adjusting properly. Sorry about that. So remove all four. And now you can remove the base, basically pull it apart. And you'll notice that there is a support system in here. It's basically just molded, I think, cement. And you just pull this out. Very simple. That's it, put it aside. And now you can see those brackets. And sometimes they get loose. They're very simple devices. But yeah, sometimes they get a little loose from all the wear and tear, and your weights your weight dials start to catch on them, and it can be very, very annoying. And sometimes the dials won't turn at all, and people just think they're garbage, but they're not. They're very simple to fix. This is the issue right here. So again, I'm just going to grab the cordless, remove these 4 screws. Sorry, keep in mind I'm doing this with one hand. So there's one set right here. Here's the other set. That's it. If you want to, you can clean it up, put it back together. I just put it back together. So you take that support system that's inside, which is basically, again, it's just molded plastic with a little bit of cement in it to give it some support. Just place it back in. Take your outer cover, which is the bottom piece. Place it on top and put your little feet back into place. And oh, there it is. Fasten them. turn the base over. Have a little peekaboo. So now you can notice those clips are gone. Let's load the weights back up, just one at a time. Now the other side. Alright, everybody's all loaded up. Let's grab the spine. All right, set it 5. Drop it into place. Ever so slightly, and let's see how they spin. Well, spin very freely, effortlessly. So there you go. That is how you take care of that problem. So again, I will just quickly just stick this back on my stand and I'm ready to go. But if you don't have a stand, put it on a table, put it on the floor, put it on a bench, and you're all go. You're all good. You'll never have that problem again. They won't stick anymore. There are other ways that you can fix them from sticking as well. If you'd like me to show you another video on that, I will. I know it's kind of off topic for me, but anyways, I thought it helps people out. So hopefully this does. Thanks for watching.